Hello everyone, I'm Michelle. Welcome to another video. Today we're going to do a tutorial on the Western flower ring. I apologize. I did I made a tutorial on a leather wrap bracelet that I got requests for, of course in different colors and things, but I've spent over a week trying to upload it. I think I'm going to have to totally reshoot the whole video. So that will be coming up at a later date, but I thought I'd go ahead and do the easier, the shorter videos, tutorials of the ring and the earrings and anything else on that list first before I do the long version, the long bracelet version. But I'm sorry, I apologize, but it is coming up, and I thank you for your patience. So today we're going to, in the same color scheme that I'm going to use for the bracelet, I'm going to make a matching ring for this set. So we're going to need 2 colors of 1106 beads, and this is seafoam green travertine, I believe, and then pearly white, and then I've got some 3mm pearls. I've got I'm going to use, I think, about 7 6mm fire polish, 1 8mm candy bead, a stop bead. I've got a size 10 beading needle, and I think it's size 8, 6 or 8 crystal fire line. Okay, so let's go ahead and put our stop bead on. Leave a 6 to 8 inch tail to sew in. Okay, and then, okay, let's pick up a candy bead and 2 6mm fire polish. Alright, we're coming out the top of that hole, that candy bead, so let's just jump through the bottom of the hole. Okay, and then we want to go up through the next hole in that candy bead. Here we go. We're going to pick up 2 more of the 6mm fire polish beads, coming out the top of that hole, that candy bead, or the bottom, whatever, and go through the opposite side. With that candy bead. Okay, now we have 4. It's going to be real floppy too until we get more beads put on it. And then we're going to go through these 2, either well, on the side of the hole that you're on, go through those 2 fire polish beads. Okay, and we'll pick up 2 and jump over into the next fire polish bead. Yikes, what's that? I don't know. Sorry about that. And we'll go through the next one. And you might have to move your stop bead out of the way. Okay, now let's pull these down tight, because I should have only room for 1 more fire polish. So let's Try to pull these tight around, you know, to where they're as close as can be to that candy bead. We don't want a big, huge gap. All right. Because we want to bring these in. We want to bring them close as we can. Bring them together so we only need one more fire polish. And let's see. Do we want to come up through the hole? Yeah, let's come up through the hole, that candy bead. And then let's go back into one of the fire polish and go around the whole ring and reinforce and try to get them close together, you know, cinch them in close together around that 8mm candy bead. Okay. And I'm still going. I want them to be as close and tight to that bead as possible. And to do that, I think here's, like, I'm coming out right here, and I want this bead's kind of far away from the candy bead, so I'll jump up into that candy bead itself and the hole closest to that bead, and that'll kind of cinch it in, and then I'll go from that hole to this, from, you know, that coming out of the candy bead to this fire polish, do the same, that'll do the same thing. See, and all it's, you know, is to draw these beads in as close and secure to this candy bead as possible. Okay, and then go through fire polish bead, pull, I would like to, and then I'll go through one more time that candy bead to pull that bead in. You know, you're just, instead of the beads, the 6mm only being, you know, like, what, 3 or 4 of them only being attached to the other fire polish, we want to try to attach them to the candy bead as well. As many as we can get attached. That just makes your ring more secure. Okay, so we'll jump back into that fire polish from that hole, and then let's see, where's that hole at? And then we'll go back through. I don't know if this will work. Let's see, because I'm coming out of this fire polish bead, and the hole to the candy bead's right here. So let's see if I can go down through and pull that bead in, because that bead is the only one, yeah, that's kind of sticking out a little bit. Now see how they're all pretty much pulled down into that candy bead now. Go on, you little turkey. Go on. Go on. All right, now the next step, we need to jump back into one of the fire polish beads, because now we need to add an 11-0 seed bead in between every fire polish. So pick up an 11-0 and go through one fire polish bead. Go play. And pull. And these beads we're putting there to work out of, to add the ruffles around the edge. So pick up another 11-0 and go through the next fire polish bead. Make sure to keep them oops, sorry about shaking the camera. Try to keep them close to, closer to the top, not on the underside. Oh goodness, sorry. There we go. I don't know why it wants to pull to the underside on this. Let's see. Well, there we go. Pick up one more and go through the next fire polish. Do that all the way around. Meet me back here and we'll do the next step. All right. Now we're coming out of one of the 11-0 seed beads we just added. Pick up 6 11-0 seed beads. I'm doing my second color, and I'm just going to jump over into the next white 11-0. See, kind of put an edge on that petal. Pick up 6 more. And jump over into the next 11-0, the white 11-0. See, these seed beads are a little smaller than the ones I used here. So, I don't know, I'm going to make 6 work. But, and it does work, it's okay. So that's what we're just going to keep doing, is picking up 6 of the 11-0s and going through the next 11-0 that you have already put. Go on. Alright, so get that done. Come back and we'll do the next step. Well, okay, so we did the top petal edge. Now we're going to just basically do the same thing by putting on one more. But I'm going to make mine, I'm going to make sure this is positioned, my thread's positioned on the underneath side. And I'm going to use white this time. I'm going to pick up 6. 11-0 seed beads, and I'm going to jump into the next white 11-0 seed bead, and then pick up 6. 11 O's and jump into the next weight 11 O all the way around, and that's going to add that that pretty edging along the edges. So go all the way around and put on your second petal edging and come back and we'll do the band. Okay. I think we're going to do, let's see, we're going to use the 4 beads in the center of one of the petals. So what I did was put on my last, went through my last 11 O, and then came up through 5 beads. Yeah, I've got one lonely bead of this petal left over here. We'll be working out of 3, 4, the 4 beads in the center of this petal. So I picked up a 11 O, a 3mm pearl, and 11 O, and I'm going to, coming out of this 11 O, I'm going to back up 4 seed beads and come back through towards the 11 O I'm coming out of. Oh, there we go. Right like that. Oops, nope, I missed it. That, right like that. Alright, and then I'm just going to go up through those 3 beads. Cool. Let's see, let's pick up 4. And we'll come over and sew through the opposite side of those. We're working out of the 4 and then or 3. Let's see. Seed beads. Because of course the pearl is bigger than the seed beads, so we need 1 pearl and 2 seed beads. Okay, like that. Then we're going to pick up 11 O, pearl 11 O. And we're going to come out of this side of the 4. We're going to jump over, come through the opposite side of those 4. Probably only get 3 and then at once, and then catch that one last. And go up, back up through that row we just added. And then back to the 4 seed beads. Needle through that row we just added. Or now needle through that row we just added. Okay, so continue to just keep going between the 4 and the 3 over and over until you get your band made to length, and come back and we'll attach it. we'll have to make the band to length. Make sure you're ending on a purl row. Okay, we're back, and I've made my length, and I've ended on a purl row. And so, okay, since there is an uneven amount of petals or fire polish beads, we're not going to be able to end exactly like we started here. So what we're going to have to do is find 4 seed beads straight across from this side. So it would be in between here. Okay, make sure you see what side your thread's coming out of. That's important also. So we'll go across, and we're right here in this crease. See this crease right here? So we've got to use the 4 seed beads in this crease. Now that tail thread's driving me crazy. So we're going to use 2 on this side and 2 on this side. Alright, so we're coming out on this side. We'll go into the 2 of the bottom row, of course, of the petal seed beads. And then we will go through 2, not the one in the center, but the next 2. Let's see. 2, not 3. There we go. And okay, so we've got one side connected. Did you see the 4 seed beads that I went through? I went through the inside 2 on this petal and the inside 2 on this petal. Alright, and then what we just need to do is come back through this side of the last row. And go all the way through it. And then we need to reinforce, so we'll go through these 2 and go through these 2. And then we'll I've got a size 10 beading needle, so, and these pearls are very delicate. They're the 3mm, so you can go through them with a size 10 more than you can. I broke one of them just going through it once. So this is the 3rd reinforcement. So I think that'll probably have to be good. So we went through those 2, and we'll go through the next 2. There we go. And then we'll have to tie some 1/2 inch knots, and I believe it's going to have to be the edge, on the edge of the flower petal. So I went through one more, and I'm just going to go underneath the thread in between these 2 beads, and I'm going to pull until I have a small loop, and I'm going to needle through that loop. Let's try it twice, so it'll be nice and secure. And then we will go through the next bead or 2 and pull that knot right up inside. Okay, and we'll do the same thing. Needle underneath the thread in between those 2 beads. It's called the thread bridge, and we'll needle up through that loop twice and pull down. Make sure our thread or knot goes in between those 2 beads, the right 2 beads, and then we'll go ahead and go through a bead and pull that knot up into it, And then we're here at the edge. We got to go through that 11-0 that connected, connected all of our petal beads before we can jump up into the next petal beads. Okay, then we'll jump up into the next petal bead or two, and we'll tie another half-hitch knot. This is actually not a half hitch, it's a whole knot because we're going through twice. I think, I'm pretty sure that's how it works. And then we'll go through the next bead. And the reason we tie a bunch is so in case one slips out, we've got reinforcement. Pull down, go through the next bead. Tie another. And go through the next bead. And then I'll probably go up into that 11-0. That's connecting these beads. And do it one more time. The more the better, really. But since my camera or YouTube or something is having trouble with the longer videos, I will end it right here. Make sure I go through the next few beads. Alright, and then I'll cut that. And if I do it there they go, there they are. My little clippers, my little snippers. And then you have to do the same thing to your tail thread, which is in the center of the flower underneath. So you have to work your way through, and tie some knots and everything. Pretend like that tail thread's not there. So there's our Western flower ring. Here's the first one I made. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll probably do the earring tutorial next and then redo the bracelet because, like I said, I think the original must be corrupted to the point where YouTube can't upload it, so I'm going to have to refilm the whole thing. So I thank you for your patience. I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, everybody.